Hi everybody, today I will be reading The Gruffalo's Child. Let's get started. The Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever set foot in the deep dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once, said the Gruffalo. I met him a long time ago. What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. Is he terribly big and is he terribly bad? I can't quite remember, the Gruffalo said. Then he thought for a moment and scratched his head. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and he has a scaly tail, and he is terribly long. His eyes are like poles of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire. One stormy night, when the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo's child was feeling a little bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave, so she tiptoed out of the Gruffalo cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into this wood went the Gruffalo's child. A hoot, a trail in the snow. Whose are these trail and where does it go? A tail poked out from a log pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse? Out slid the creature. His eyes were small, and he didn't have whiskers. No, none at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. But he's down by the lake, eating Gruffalo cake. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Ahoo, marks in the snow. Whose are these marks and where do they go? 2 eyes gleamed out of a treetop house. Could this be the eye of the big bad mouse? Down flew the creature. His tail was short. He didn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse, to who, not I, but he's somewhere nearby eating Gruffalo pie. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Ahoo, a track in the snow. Whose are these tracks and where does it go? Whiskers at last and an underground house. Could this be the poem of the big bad mouse? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery, his tail wasn't scaly, and his whiskers weren't wiry. You're not the mouse. Oh no, not me. He's under a tree drinking Gruffalo tea. It's all a trick, said the Gruffalo's child, as he sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house, not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste good as a midnight feast. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat. There's a friend of mine you ought to meet. If you'll let me hop on a hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend so bad and big. The Gruffalo's child unleashed her fist. The big bad mouse, so he does exist. The mouse hopped onto the hazel tree. He beckoned, then he said, just wait and see. Out came the moon. It was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell on the ground. Who's this creature so bad and big and strong? His tail and his whiskers are terribly long. His ears are enormous, and over his shoulder he carries a nut as big as a boulder. The big bad mouse, said the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. Ahoo, prints in the snow. Whose are these footprints and where do they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo's cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored, and the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. Bye, everybody!